Everything you expected and a little bit more?
Yeah, I mean, I said beginning of the week, it's a difficult place to play. They never really go away, do they? I mean, the Lions have always had that fighting spirit, and obviously the first half, 17-16, we knew it was going to be like that, but I'm very proud about the way we finished off. We kept our structure. Yeah, and obviously happy for those younger guys that got a chance and, obviously played well enough now for them to get confidence that when we do call their number, they can play, they can play week in and week out.
Jake, obviously, you only play as well as your opponents allow you, and your team completely dominated. I know you would like to talk the opposition up, and you're a nice guy to them, but in that second half, that Lions team was pretty poor. They just the amount of errors and mistakes they make. So I suppose the credit is your team, like you said, kept their structure, but surely this Lions team is in trouble.
Jan, I mean, to be fair, I suppose what we did well today is we didn't let them get around us. I think they've been carving teams by getting around teams, and I think defensively we didn't give them the outside space, and they had to come back in the middle. And once or twice they were successful. I mean, that one forward pass, had that not gone forward, they would have taken the lead. So yeah, I mean, it is a great forward performance. I mean, I'm obviously very happy with that young pack of forwards. If you consider Simpiwe and Jan Hendrik and Miller Ace and V.J. Steenkamp and Janku Swanepoel, I mean, they just generally have just graduated out of the junior ranks, and in fact, Jan Hendrik's still in the junior ranks. So yeah, I'm very happy. I'm very happy that that bodes well for us as a forward pack when we obviously when we build for the next couple of years.
Jake, you've mentioned all the youngsters. You obviously had great games, but two more sort of senior guys, more experienced guys who've kind of maybe aren't in your first choice sort of 15, but you must be very pleased with the way Chris Smith, who hasn't had a lot of game time lately, just a really polished performance at fly-off, and then Anu Buerta, who's not always in your starting lineup, had a huge game as well.
Yeah, Ken, I mean, I don't know if you would have picked it up on the TV, but the wind was very, very strong, and it was like a bit like a cricket toss. I wasn't sure which we bat or field first, So we won that toss and we took kickoff, and then they decided to play with the wind first half. And we were probably fortunate that, we managed to spend a lot of time in their half with the wind being in their favour. You saw at the second half when we kicked those long kicks, and sort of squeezed them in that corner. It was very, very difficult for them to get out. And I think that's also why when Jan asked me about, they looked flat, the Lions, to be fair, 44-all draw this for 3 days ago, and then running against the wind and getting pinned in and not being able to get around the defence, obviously it takes its toll as well, and that's, that obviously is something that we obviously were very fortunate fell in our favour there.
Jake, one of the youngsters, Jan Hendrik Wessels, just a couple of questions about hooker. What are the characteristics that you see in Jan Hendrik that have made you move him from prop to hooker? And then just your guy's first try was obviously when he was in the sin bin.
Yes.
I think it was Miller Ace who threw in that line out. And I mean, a great throw. It was middle ball, everything, and that led to the sweeping move for your try. Has he specifically been practicing his throwing? Was he a hooker before?
So Ken, let me first say it's quite an extraordinary game for Jan Hendrik to play, because there was no scrumming at the back end of the game because of the fact they lost two tight heads. Line out wise, I mean, I think he did exceptionally well. I mean, he won all his line outs, but the more the game was open, and you asked me about his attributes, the more the game was open, you saw it's like having a loose forward running around there. And I know he's played prop and lock, but having him there as an extra pair of hands and linking and getting around the field is, for me, I mean, I thought that game suited him perfectly. That's why I held back so long with the other hooker. I wanted him to enjoy the fact that his skill set was probably suited for that game. And then Miller Ace, I suppose he's looked around and seen Marcel Coetzee, Ulrich Lowe, Arno Botha. It's probably worked out that the one way he probably can make the team is to play hooker and throw in. So won't be surprised he comes to me just now and says he wants to play number 2.
Any more questions, guys?
So, happy.
Thanks. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Jake.
Thanks,
Thank
Jake.
you.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, mate.